Hello friends, this is Wendy and I'm going to show you how I combine two pages together. I'm also going to show you how I move on to the next project, how I decide what it's going to be, and then how I decide whether or not I'm going to maybe do a flip coming down, or whether I'm going to do another flip similar to this, or whether I'm going to, do something else. So here we go. I am currently working on the page that is going to be attached to this one that I just recently finished. And so it'll go like that, and then it'll fold in. I don't have anything glued down, but I did use my brand new, it's called Labels, and made this, instead of using paper, I used labels to go across, and I cut off, so I took off this one because I wanted it to be 2.5 inches. I now wish I had done it wider, but there. I taped across here so that it would be the size I wanted it to be. So this is going to attach to this. And I will attach it when I have finished the other side. So this is going to attach to this. And it's going to go like this. And now, ooh, look at this. Look at this side. I'm going to move this out of the way. I really like to, I've only just started doing it where I don't attach it until I've already finished this, because then I get to work on a flat surface instead of a bulky surface. This is a technique. Let me show you. So I took black and I ran it through an embossing folder. I don't remember what it's called. It is Tim Holtz. And then I took, after it's on black, I started with antique linen, and I put just a dot. I mean, just the smallest dot. Put it on my finger and ran it over it. Loved it. Decided I wanted to add a little bit of brown into it, and so I did Vintage Photo also. I loved it, and I will do that technique again. If you'd like to see me do the technique, just put that in the comments and I'll do it. Anyway, this, I took tracing paper. No, vellum, because I don't have tracing paper, but I have vellum scraps. And I traced this. First, I had to look it up online to see what it looked like, and it really did look like this. And then I found red to match. I don't know if you can see. Well, you can see where the shiny is. That's the photo, and the rest of it is paper that I matched. The actual photo has, in fact, I just had it sitting here. Okay, so this is her scoop thing. She had some bigger pieces in there, but I had these left over from these, so that's what I used. I decided, I'm happy with that. So now, this is the part I've never done before. I've always taken a blank sheet of white paper. I like the 65 pound, I've told you that before. So I've always taken it blank, nothing's already in it. And I've always taken then another blank sheet of white paper with absolutely nothing on it. And then I have attached it. So I am now going to attach it having already decorated both of them. And you may say, Wendy, why would you do it one way or the other? And the one, I mean, when I've always done before, I thought, okay, I'll make my canvas and then I'll put it together. But it really was easier to just work with this little bit instead of having all of this attached. Because otherwise, then I'm working with this piece all attached and having to move it around. Let's see, let's see if I can attach it without making myself cry, because regardless of what happens, this is going in my book, because I have spent way too much time on this now to ever toss it out. So let's see what happens. Wish me luck. Seriously, I've never done this before. I mean, like this. So because I want to do precision gluing, I'm going to use my PVA glue instead of my Collage Medium, because as you know, I'm trying to use this more. Okay. Woo! Does this make me nervous? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It really, really, really does make me nervous, because though the glue has some wiggle room, the tape does not. Okay. Good to go. Yay! Okay. And I have to let you know, I have practiced. Not like I spent time practicing, but I have done this multiple times now, where I've had, major fails and all of that. And I've still used them. Of course, if it's all blank, I can just go, well, I'll just throw this in a bin, and when I need some white, I'll just, cut it up. So, but if you've already done all of the goodness, then I have not put page protector on here. I did do these. I don't think I'm going to do a page protector on these. I think it'll be awkward, so I'm not going to. However, when I was looking for my scissors, I found this. So, let me get it where it's got little screws in it and texture. I don't know if you can tell very much. You can tell it better here. This is what I used to cut out. But yeah, I just rubbed the paint. I didn't spritz it with water or anything. I just took this tiny little bit with my finger and I just rubbed it, until I was happy with how it looked. And then I put another little drop and then did the brown over. I did the light first and then the dark. Yeah. And this one is one I've had for years. It still has the sponge top. And I sponged it on there. And anyway, yeah. So, success. So now this is my very first page in my signature. And I'm not going to have any little Golden Book pages in there, because all of the pages had to do with Star Wars. So I stuffed them all in one signature. And so now I can start on my next one. And when I do that, there is the thought of, there's all kinds of thoughts. Do I want to do this same fold again? I will start with this. In fact, let's start. Okay, before I even cut this piece of paper, I measured, and it is the 20 centimeters. So I'm staying consistent with this book. So then the next thing I'm going to do is get my scoring board. Scoring board. So the next thing I do is, it's going to go here. I mean, there's all kinds of little places, but this is the stitching line here. So, and I pretty much always mark it. So I'm going to mark both of those. When I first started using Tim Holtz products, I only used the inks. Actually, the oxides hadn't even come out yet, so using the inks was all there was. And I love the inks, and I vowed I was never going to love the oxides, right? Yeah, I really love the oxides now. They go on so nice and smooth. They do everything I want them to do. They're my best friends. I still use the inks, just not as much. I have all the inks. I don't have all the oxides. I only have my favorites. It's still a lot. I have a lot of favorites. So now the line is in there. Sure doesn't hurt to put it in black. I guess I could do this one just a little darker, although it's probably not necessary. Okay. So now, this would be my next step. And move on to my next set of pictures. And it does, you know I'm doing Disney, but it doesn't matter if I'm doing Disney or if I'm doing something else, because, you know, it's going to be the same process. Do you want to move on to another topic? Do I want to, you know what I could do with this? Okay. And this may or may not work for every photo that you have, but I go around and I take ambiance photos. I'm not gonna waste 1, 2, 3 whole pages on these monkeys, but I could start fussy cutting them out. This one in particular, and this one, and even these two. I could fussy cut them out and put them on the pages. So I will either use these like that, or I will not use them at all. I also can cut down people's heads. My son is in this photo, but I would probably cut down this. Ooh, see, and there you can see the monkeys there too. That's gonna be my plan. More monkeys, you just can't tell. Green Army Men. Yeah. It kind of helps me get started on the page with a sketch. However, sometimes I see something and I go, that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, like, this actually was a sketch, believe it or not. But anyway, you know, there are thousands of sketches on Pinterest, and yeah, I go there an awful lot. Okay, I'm gonna definitely have to pull out some of my brick stuff, because I've got a bunch of different kinds of Tim Holtz bricks things. I've got die cuts, I've got stencils, and I've got texture fades. He calls them that, but they're embossing folders. I don't know what I'm going to do right now, but I know that this is where I'm going to start. And my first step is to look at some of these sketches that were on Pinterest, and then I will have an idea. Just also to let you know, I have a whole bunch of photos from, well, I mean, I have a bunch of these. Am I going to use them all? Maybe. Am I going to cut them into pieces and use them as a flip? Possibly. Do I want all these pictures of people I don't know? Absolutely not. So this is still all in line for that one ride. Then, of course, pictures of my son. So, you know, I mean, those ones are the ones that really matter. So how do I want to treat these particular pictures? Do I want to just pick a couple of them and use them? See, that one would be kind of a good one. That one could also be a good one. You know, but just use them as accents like I'm going to use the monkeys. So these are all things that I think about before I move on. And I've decided what I'm going to do. I'll be back. So the page is finished. I did look for a sketch that had a swag. Don't ask me how long it took me to fussy cut all these little guys, and then I fussy cut him too. He was easy. They took time, but I was watching something and just sort of kind of half listening, half watching, and cutting away, and it went really well. Now I've already looked at my photos and decided what I kind of want to do. I mean, not exactly, but I know that I'm not going to put a flip here to cover this. I'm going to put another book, another fold, and put the flip there. I can do it real quick. Okay, so I have another page to go in here. So my next layout will go across, well, I'm not sure exactly because I have this here. So I'll have, and I did not fold it right. Golly, I hate that when I do that. I need to, it's gonna be fine. I can even cut like a 1/4 of an inch right off of there and I'll be happy slappy. But anyway, so my next ones, I'll have something here and going out and then across these two. And I haven't decided what it's gonna be yet because I'm not there yet, right? I am here. And I'm very happy with how this is going. So I decided to turn my camera on. I am not done with this layout. And it's really not about the layout. It's about where it's gonna go. One thing I did is I was looking at a 12 by 12 sketch and it did have, you know, one photo, but I couldn't fit one photo and anything on either side of it. So it was not difficult at all to find a place to cut these apart. You can tell they were one photo, but I'm not using them as, well, I am using them as one photo, just with a fold in between, right? So this was the page, and I had set both photos out on here, and I'm not even showing you it here. This was the page, and I had set both photos out on here, and there really wasn't room for anything else, and so I thought, let me see what I can do. So I decided to use this. Then I'm going to put this here. I can cut here just a bit so it will fit a little better on this page, because this is 6 inches and this is 6 inches. All right, so I'll just cut just a little bit off of there. And then I have another photo I can put here, but then I've got it so that I have this and this and this. It's all one topic, but I turned the one photo into a 2-page, 2 of my pages layout, 2 of my little pages layout. Yeah. And then this will go here and it will fold so that it's almost embarrassing that I'm going to be on the front, but then we'll, you know, tug it and my son's in the middle. So anyway, that is how this one will look. And I will probably do this side and the other side before I glue it together, so I don't have to deal with this. This was the whole point. So I don't have to deal with all of this. I just have to deal with this. One sheet of 12 by 8, well, 20 centimeters. I'll turn it over and do whatever I'm going to do next. And then I will put them together. So anyway, if you enjoyed this, please give it a big thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I do love comments, and I do read all of them. And I hope you all have a truly wonderful day. Bye.